Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna, obviously by the title, I'm gonna title it my experience pregnant or my teen pregnancy story, whatever. So yeah, I was we requested to do this video by one of my friends named Gabby. She's the best. So I have questions here, and I am gonna like tell the story as long as because a lot of these questions start from the beginning and head to the end. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I have the questions written in front of me because I videotaped with my phone. So yeah, let's get started. If you hear noises like just know that's my daughters. Both of them are sleeping, kind of, but yeah. Okay, so let's go with the first question asked by my friend Gabby. Had how did you and Brian meet, and how did you find out you were pregnant? So I was 16, 15, one of those. When I met Brian, I was a sophomore. We both had band together, and we were both in the same band class. And it wasn't until we had a concert. I forgot what kind of concert. It was in February, but we had a concert. So yeah, and I met him through there. He was sitting either two seats down from me or a seat down from me, and it was like love at first sight. But yeah, like as soon as that happened, my friend Jose had asked me if I wanted his number, and I said yes. And we didn't start texting until the next day, I think. And ever since that, it clicked off, and we ended up being in a relationship 2 weeks after. But yeah, like I was really happy. He was probably one of the best things that could happen to me besides my two daughters being born because he he's really amazing. He made me happy, and yeah, like my parents noticed how happy I was, and they loved him right off the back. I think. Okay, so how did you find that? Okay, so before like I even go to the next question that she asked, it was like the whole pregnancy happened because like this whole lot of drama. I had so much drama because I had got into a relationship a month after being broken up with. I say broken up with. I was the one that got broken up with. My heart was broken, and what sucked was I was called names like a slut, a whore, because I moved on a month after. And everybody moves different. And for you people that call me those names, just know like I had asked my ex if we were gonna get back together, and he said no. Told me that we weren't gonna get back together. Like like it was not an option of us getting back together. So that was me moving on. That was me getting my confirmation that I needed. Yes, a month may have been fast for some people, but people move on in different paces. So yeah, and it was high school. So am I gonna be stuck on a guy that broke my heart? No, no. But that did make us closer because a lot of people were like, I was the one being called the slut when we were in a relationship, and he was the one standing up for me, and that made me really happy because he did that for me. So, how did you find out that you were pregnant? I don't know what the word is, ironic or uh, the irony. The irony was irony or ironic, one of those words. Was I went to a checkup and I wanted to get on birth control, and before it was all set in stone, the doctor comes in and is like, I need to speak to you privately, and then we're gonna bring your mom in. So I was 16. I went for a checkup, and I got the news. We can't give you birth control because you're pregnant. You're like 3 to 4 weeks pregnant. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh, what do I do? Like, they're gonna tell my mom. I was underage, and minors, they have to tell your parents. So I brought my mom in, told her. They were upset for a day, and then the next day they started asking me like, do you have any names planned and everything? And then the next day when they were asking me this, I was going for my ultrasound to figure out like how's the baby doing. And they had like, when the doctors told me at the hospital, they told me I was 3 to 4 weeks pregnant. And I did my research, and 3 to 4 weeks pregnant is like the baby doesn't have a heartbeat, but it's there. But when I went, they said, "Oh, he has, it has a strong heartbeat." I was like, "Wait a minute." In my research, babies don't have a heartbeat until I forgot when. It's been a while. But so I was like, "That's weird," and they told me that I was 10 weeks and something days. I want to say 4 days. 4 days. I want to say 4 days. I don't know. But yeah, and that's when and then yeah, like I found out I was 10 weeks. I didn't even know. Obviously, I had my cycle for 2 months. So yeah, that's how I didn't think I was pregnant. I didn't even know I was pregnant until the doctor told me and how far along I was. And they're like, "Are you sure your cycle was normal?" Like, yeah. Why wouldn't it be? So yeah, so that's how I found out I was pregnant. Um, One of the questions here was by Jonica_10. Were your friends supportive? They were 100% supportive. And I was really lucky to have that. I know the first person I told was my best friend, Medi. She was like the very first person I told with my friends. I told her as soon as I got the pictures of my ultrasound and I showed her and I was like, "Here it is, like there, hello." She was very supportive. She was like, "Okay," like she was all happy. But yeah, and then that's when I told my other friends. I don't remember how they reacted, but they were supportive. They were there for me. They always been there for me, and I'm really grateful to have them. I still talk to some of them to this day, and I still hang out with them to this day. So yeah. So we're gonna go with so I'm gonna just go down the line with the questions. What scared you the most about being a teen mom? And did you have weird cravings? Let's just go with the first question. What scared you the most about being a teen mom? What scared me the most was being judged. Because it's like you're a teenager in high school and a lot of people judge you no matter what. And that's what sucks. Judgment's always gonna be there, and that's something like I took the risk, but I knew like if people I was either gonna get judged and told stuff because it's hard. Like you get high school, a lot of people are mean and they don't really have open mind and stuff like that. And that was the only thing I was scared about. I wasn't scared about not graduating. I knew I was gonna graduate, and I did. I did graduate. I wanted to break the statistics of teen moms not being able to graduate, which I think is dumb because I know a handful of teen moms that did graduate. So yes, and yeah, I graduated with my school. I graduated the year I was supposed to graduate, and yeah, like I wanted to graduate. I'm not gonna not be. I at least wanted a high school diploma, and that's what I got. I got my high school diploma. Probably insert a picture right here, proof. Did you have weird cravings? No, I did not. I did not have any weird cravings at all. I had normal cravings, milkshakes. I had fries. I had, just like regular stuff that you would have if you were on your period. I didn't have any weird cravings. I wish I did. I want to experience weird cravings. I have 2 pregnancies. Never once had a weird experience of craving something weird. That sucks. Well, I guess it's like french fries and eggs. Not mixed together, but I would eat eggs. Not I would eat french fries next to my eggs. I don't know. I don't think that's weird. Something you would eat. Maybe that's weird. I don't know. So the next question. Oh, that question was asked by my best friend Amy. Those questions. Another question she had asked me. Favorite Queen member? It's important AF. My favorite Queen. What the heck? My favorite Queen member is Brian May. I think that's how you say it. Only because Whenever I post a selfie in my group chat, that's all she sends me is him and him and her story about him. For her short story, I leave it in the bio and no, not the description. I'll leave it in the description, and that made me cry because it was so cute. I don't really listen to a lot of Queen songs. If I did, it was because she recommended it. I know like the big hits of them, which was like I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm not good at this. But yeah, that's my favorite Queen member, Brian May. So that's out the way. That's out the way. That's out the way. Okay, this was asked by Autumn Sky 1120. What was it like going to school pregnant? Did you get bullied or treated differently? Going to school pregnant is like hard, but not hard. If that makes sense. It's hard because you have that something in the back of your mind saying like, "Oh, people are judging you. People are judging you. People are judging you," because, like I said, you're pregnant in high school. You know, a lot of girls get pregnant, they get called names and all that stuff. But I didn't get bullied. I think no, I didn't get bullied. Um, was I treated differently? Yeah, but that wasn't until really later on in my pregnancy. Like I didn't like I didn't tell anybody that were teachers at school that I was pregnant until I was like this goes let me ask and the answers let me answer this next question that was answered by Alondra J. She had asked me, what month did you start showing with both your babies? So that this goes with it. I didn't tell the school I was pregnant until I actually started showing, which was around 5 to 6 months. I want to say that's when I told everybody because I had to tell someone first because it was getting close to my due date. It was I took ROTC and I have band, marching band. So obviously those are kind of hard to do a lot of physical activity when you're pregnant. It is recommended that you do exercise when you're pregnant, but not overwork yourself. And I did marching band um, through the whole marching season, and I didn't do the Battle of the Flowers or like the stuff because obviously it was in April and I was April, May, March, April, May, one of those months, and I was due May, so obviously I couldn't do that. But like I did my whole band, like I did the physical activity. I had a marching spot. I was, but yeah, like I didn't want to quit marching band. I love marching band. Um, RTC, I stayed in RTC the whole time, and I had to tell the RTC teachers because they were playing kickball and like I was 5 months, 6 months, and I was like, yeah, if something were to happen and they kick me and like I get the ball to the stomach, it's like, oh no, I'm but yeah, so like I didn't tell school I was pregnant until I was 5, 6. That's when I went to the counselor, took me to the nurse. I had to find out some paperwork. I had to find a case manager. They asked me if you wanted like there's a class that you could take, and it's for pregnant moms, but you need to take out one of your electives. The elective was band, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna quit band. That's like my favorite. It's like one of the things that made me happy. Then there was ROTC. Told you that, and I just had like health and speech for my other elective. Wasn't it was boring, but it just like yeah. If anybody were to talk bad about me, it would have been behind my back. I didn't know anybody that talked towards me that was like, oh yeah, you're next question was it scary having to go to school? Did you have bad days? I had one or two bad days. The one that I remember is this is like my first trimester, like maybe a month after I found out. and I had horrible morning sickness. Horrible, it sucked. I couldn't eat, and I I don't know what happened. I just needed to throw up, but I was able to hold it down, and I went to go ask the substitute at the time I could go to the restroom. She said, "No, the first 15 minutes, and you can't go to the restroom. The last 15 minutes, you can't go to the restroom in the last 15 minutes." I go, "Miss, like I need to throw up, like yeah, really bad now." And she was like, "No." I was like, "Well, can I at least go to the nurse because I need to go? I'm gonna throw up and it's not gonna be pretty." And she said, "No." Like, yeah, I'll try to wait. I didn't make it halfway to my desk until I vomited. It was embarrassing because the desk is in front of everybody and like people saw me throw up. But I did have people walk me to the nurse's office, and I did tell the nurse what happened, and she was like, "Why didn't you get a nurse pass?" And I told her the substitute did not want to give me one. I told her I was going to throw up. I gave her warnings, and she said no. And that's when the nurse called her and was like, "Hey, if a student tells you that they don't feel good and they need to throw up, you send them to me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the first 15 minutes. Student's health comes first." I was like, yes. I was upset. Boyfriend was upset. Fiance, boyfriend at the time was really upset. Boyfriend still brain. Yeah. But that was probably one of the worst days. Other than that, like I didn't really throw up during school. Other than that one time, I didn't really. Um, yeah, like it was good. Like I didn't have like I had a perfect school year when I was pregnant. I didn't really have to go to the restroom, so I didn't need that pass that made you use the restroom whenever you wanted. Um, that one was asked by my friend Christine. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll go on because a lot of the questions are regarding the baby when she was born afterwards. Okay, so after like all that happened, with the case manager, when I was when I had my baby afterwards, I was able to get excused for the days I had missed, and I was taken out of school to go to a different school that focused on moms, and that was probably one of the best places that I've been to. But I'll talk about that later. It wasn't until third period. I want to say third period. It was third period. The day before I was having pains, and I didn't think much of it. Like I was having back pain, and I didn't know that was also a sign of contractions. There you go. So my mom was like, "Oh, if you start feeling like this, text me the next day." Next day comes, they're like, "Oh, like." I text my mom like, "Guys, they're still here. They just hurt my back." And I was like, "Okay, we'll pick you up and we'll go to the hospital." And I was like, "It's go time." So like I was in excruciating pain because like I'm able to I have high pain tolerance kind of sort of with my pregnancy. So like after that happened, um, I went to band class and I waited for my mom to pick me up, and I told Brian like, "Hey, after class, let's go. We're leaving." Went to Bill Miller's, went to go eat. Um, and after that, I went to the hospital. They told me I was 4 centimeters dilated. That I was able to qualify to finish the pregnancy there. And that's what I decided to do. I was like, yeah, like let's finish it, like at school. So that's what happened. I went to the doctor, had my delivery like maybe like 5 7 hours later. I don't remember. She came out. It's a girl, obviously. Oh, with baby shower. Baby shower. My baby shower was amazing. I had really supportive family and friends. Um, this is going with the friends part. Like, yeah. So I invited a lot of people to my baby shower, and they all came, family and friend. Not family. A lot of my family came. A lot of Brian's family and friends came too. But I'll insert like a picture of me at my baby shower. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff at my baby shower. I got a stroller and a car seat. I got bath stuff. I got clothes for her. I got a lot of shampoo, a lot of lotion. Like, I got a lot of stuff for Gabriella. Like, a lot of stuff for her. And it was like really great because I had a lot of supportive family, and like I didn't have one family that were like, except one aunt, and she was like she was like, yeah, like, like, what is she doing and stuff like that. But it's fine, doesn't matter. It didn't bother me. I was happy. I had other family. But yeah. Um, so back to like, I had her, Gabriella Elizabeth Ramirez, her full name. Insert a picture when she was born here. Yeah, like she she was like great. I wasn't like, those cliche. I don't know. I find it cliche of girls yelling and of pain pushing her out and like stuff like that. TMI. Yeah, I know, but like the whole time, like I was just pushing and she came out. I wasn't screaming. I was quiet. And like I always heard the stories of like they're yelling like, get him out or something, and I was like freaking out like, oh, this is it, like what am I gonna do? But like that didn't happen. I was fine. I was like done. She weighed like 6 pounds, 11 ounces, I think. But yeah, that's how much she weighed. Um, she didn't have a lot of hair. She did have hair. Obviously, if you saw the picture, if I posted it right here. Um, so one of the questions I was asked by Sunset Clover, which is my sister-in-law, what other names did you have for planned other than Gabriella? We did have Monica, Brian, like my name, Marissa, and I was like, no, not my name. But I know Monica was one and Marissa was one. I had a lot of M's. A lot of M's were in there, but we came out with Gabriella, and I was really happy about that. Because he didn't want to have the name until I think she was born or something. And I was like, no, I want to have a name now. And just a lot of back and forth with that because I wanted to know the name and he didn't want to know the name because, like, what if the name doesn't fit her? But obviously it fits her. But yeah, it was like her pregnant. Like, this whole pregnancy was medium. Like, I did have cramps. I did have, like, morning sickness. I did have, like, a lot of the common stuff. But, like, other than that, like, it went great. I didn't have any complications. I didn't have anything bad happen other than like throwing up. But like, I really had support family. I really had everything, like everything that I needed. I had. My parents were in love with my daughter, Gabby. They like, she's obviously she's spoiled rotten because of them, and like everybody, she's spoiled rotten, and I don't care. I'm happy. Um, so yeah, that was Gabriella, and I guess this kind of counts. But with Sophia, I was 19 when I had her. I was 17 when I had Sophia. Gabriella, I was 17. So yeah, I did finish high school. I did go to my senior year stuff. I didn't do prom. I missed a lot of school because it was hard coming back. Going back to school after you had a baby was hard for me because like I didn't want to stay away from her. Like, I didn't want to go away. I did miss a lot of school, but I did make up for it. And it was hard. I did graduate. I didn't graduate in the top 100, but I did graduate, and I'm really like happy that I had a lot of people push me to graduate and push me to do my best, and I'm really grateful for that. Um, with Sophia, like it was hard trying to hide my pregnancy with my family because I wasn't trying to hide it. I just wanted to know if it was a for sure thing. Like as soon as I missed work, like they were already like, "You're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant," and I was like, "No, no, no," and I eventually found out I was pregnant that day. I couldn't hide it, so when I had went to my house the next day, I wore a shirt that said "bun in the oven," and yeah, went to the hospital, found out I was 10 weeks pregnant. I don't remember how far along she was, but I believe she was that. much or a little bit less. I have a picture. I'll insert her here. But yeah, like she was horrible. I had a lot of morning sickness. The morning sickness was terrible, terrible, terrible. Um, it sucked with her, and but like it was worth it. And we ended up having an induced labor, and I had her. She was she was full term. Both of them were full term. They were about 2 weeks before their due date, both of them. And yeah, like they're healthy. There's two healthy babies. I put pictures up. But yeah, like it wasn't hard. It was hard having to not be with your family, like not going to school and not being there for them. But like after I graduated and we decided to have another baby, like I was happy. Like Gabriella loves her sister, loves her, and I'm really grateful. Like I have both of them in my life, and I'm really grateful for having Gabriella when I did because like she's 3 right now. No, she's gonna be 3 in May. And I'm really grateful to have her in my life when I did, and yeah, and it just like I'm just so happy that I have both of them. Um, they're one of my reasons I'm really happy, and you know if I didn't have them, I wouldn't know where I would be right now. I did mature a lot because of it. I was mature before that, but like I was mature because like I whenever my parents were busy, I took care of the kids, and you know you have to take that responsibility, and I did. Um, well, like yeah, when I had Gabriella, it's one of the things you had to grow up on, and I was fine with that. I didn't drink in high school like a lot of my friends did. Not that that's wrong, but yeah, I didn't do a lot of crazy stuff. I didn't go to parties. I didn't do anything other than like have sleepovers with my best friends. That's about it. But yeah, so like if I didn't answer any questions, because I did post questions on my Instagram, follow it, Lady Kawaii Cat. Link is in the description if you want to follow, subscribe to me. But yeah, those are the questions that I had. I have one more question left, and it's from Amy again. She turning the page. It says, "In your opinion, do you think Queen would have survived in the 90s if Freddie Mercury didn't die?" Yes, I think they would have survived. They're an amazing band, obviously. They made a movie about them. But yeah, why wouldn't they? Um, I don't know when this would be posted. Maybe today, later tonight, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, just know like I had a great pregnancy. I had a lot of supportive friends. I had a lot of supportive parents. They bought me anything I needed. If I didn't have anything off my checklist, they went to go buy it for me, and I didn't. I had health insurance because of my dad, and like I didn't have to pay for anything at the hospital. The checkups were great, but yeah, like my pregnancy was good, other than like the morning sickness and the commencing pregnancies. But yeah, so like I said, subscribe, like, comment, whatever, anything you want to hear.